It's your basic he said, she said with a twist. Mother blames the father. Father blames the stepfather.
Well, what do the doctors say?
Abuse is long-term, but the head injury occurred in a 10 to 24-hour window prior to admittance.
Looks like she was molested, too. Rape kit turned up a hair and a nylon bristle embedded in abrasions to her backside.
From what?
Lab's working on it.
If the girl was good when her mom put her to bed, it had to be someone in the house.
Not necessarily. The bleeding was internal. Could have been hours before the symptoms showed.
In New York City, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
Hey guys, welcome to Munch My Benson. My name is Adam. I'm here in the hotel lobby in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico once again. And I'm joined on the line by Josh. How are things, Josh?
Can guests at your hotel check out any of the stuff behind you? Like, is that available for guests to check out?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, the many media.
Yeah,
you
can check out Godzilla the animated series. You can check out The Life and Times of Timmy T. You can check out a lot Delivery Boys, a lot of the gems that
this is The Life and Times
collection.
of Tim?
No, it's called it's a promotional VHS cassette for a musical artist from the 1980s that did not take off, maybe early 90s, called Timmy T.
Okay.
Wild stuff. Great hair. Great outfits. Music.
Okay, so podcast business.
Oh, great.
We do have a new Munchy to thank.
Great.
And she did not know that we were restarting yet.
Oh,
when she
fantastic. Well, she's in for a treat.
She is in for such a treat. So, Holly F., thank you for joining the ranks of the Munchies.
Thank you, Holly.
We didn't mention this on air. I checked the email dates. But Adam and I have been memorialized.
Oh, yeah. In the game.
Yes. So if you play the SVU RPG, which we did an interview, if you go to our YouTube, it's very easy to find.
If you're fans of this show, you will enjoy this game. It's very funny, and it's very of the perspective that I think we bring to this show.
100% that, yes. So Matthew Wilson has done an update. Again, this is months ago now, but he did an update for his SVU the RPG, which is sort of like old Nintendo style 8-bit game. And if you're in the level, where is it? It's in between. But if you're in the precinct, but below like where the vending machines are and just the vending machines, you can walk off. You can walk off grid and find us. We're like we're in like the nether regions of.
Ooh, I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah. We're in a crazy like you can go off screen if you go like from the street level into the precinct, you walk into that level and then you go into the like back area and there's a point where you can like leave the hallway.
Oh, it's like a fun
get
little
around to us.
Easter egg if you
yes.
try to go off. If you try to just walk into a black hole, basically.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fun.
So yeah, you can find that. I know that it's got fairly prominent placement on both our website and our YouTube channel. Is where our interview with Matthew Wilson was. So, yeah, Adam and I are in the game now.
Yeah,
so
we're in the game.
We're officially the two of us. The two of us are actually in the game.
Yeah. We're all over the place these days, Josh.
We're in the zeitgeist, Adam.
We sure are. I was telling my wife that Munch by Benson is in the zeitgeist, and Max goes, "What's a zeitgeist?"
And you're like, it doesn't matter. Munch by Benson's in it, bro.
I had to explain to him what that meant.
Sure,
it's the spirit of the times. And he's like, "Is it a real spirit?" It's like,
yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
His name is Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes.
Anyway, speaking of nether regions, should we talk about this episode?
Yeah.
This week, we are talking about Season 2. Yeah, that's right, guys. There's good hair all around in Season 2. Season 2, Episode 4, Legacy. Mom Jamie is fed up with stepson Justin's Jets fandom and wonders why daughter Emily hasn't woken up yet since it's already time to leave the house. When she heads up to check on her, she finds her daughter non-responsive with a nasty-looking bruise on her neck. She's admitted to the hospital where Benson and Stabler learn she's in a coma due to blunt force trauma-induced subdural hematoba. The poor girl also has signs of healed bone fractures and sexual abuse. Jamie tells Benabler that Emily was fine when she put her to bed, but was crying when she picked her up from Dad Denny Correa's house. She's always crying after a week at Dad's. Justin is desperate to leave the hospital to get to trigonometry class, but is informed that his statement to the police will supersede an all-important quiz. Just then, biological dad Denny appears and wonders how Jamie could have let his daughter get so badly injured. He seems to have quite the temper, so Stabler whisks him away to cool down. Jamie tells Benson that Denny has terrible anger issues, which have only gotten worse since she's married Justin's dad, Randall. Denny says that he's seen the bruises on Emily, and when asked about them, she started to cry. When he reported it to ACS, thinking that stepdad Randall was at fault, Jamie told the caseworker that Denny was the abuser. He tells Elliot that Jamie wants what she wants, no matter who it hurts. The doctors say that while the abuse was long-term, the head trauma and the foreign object anal penetration rape both occurred within the last 24 hours. The unit tells us some backstory on all our suspects back at the bullpen. Randall is an investment banker away on business. Denny is a fry cook who used to be a dance instructor at a drug rehab facility where he met meth-addicted Jamie. Jamie's mother, Lois Huntington, is a super wealthy socialite who forced the rehab clinic to fire Denny after Jamie got knocked up. Lois is a classic piece of work who says Jamie was a mess until her pregnancy with Emily got her on the straight and narrow path. After marrying Randall, Jamie sued for custody of Emily, which caused Denny to break 3 bones in Randall's face. Randall says he wouldn't file charges if Denny agreed to sign over his rights to be Emily's father. Munch and Finn talk to an ACS social worker who tells them that abuse charges against Denny surfaced at about the same time as Jamie and Randall began suing for custody, but that there wasn't sufficient evidence to pursue a case against Denny. The principal at Emily's school where Denny works doesn't think Denny could have abused her, then introduces them to Emily's friend Jennifer, who tells Funch that Denny was mad about the custody battle and was planning to abscond with Emily back to Cuba. Denny tells Stunch that he was desperate to get his daughter away from Randall and that he would never hurt his daughter. While the 2 detectives twist the screws on Denny, Cragen learns that Denny did not rape Emily, so he brings in Dr. Emil Skoda to try and make sense of it all. Skoda thinks that this case is made extremely complicated by the various family dynamics and groups at play. The perpetrator was likely someone with low self-esteem, but that doesn't rule out someone who has excelled in some areas of life. It just so turns out that Randall McKenna's plane didn't leave for Washington until the morning after the abuse had occurred, so Stablensen arranged a meeting. He shuts them down pretty quickly and says to contact him through his lawyers in the future. Jodafin meets Henry Abedin, a Bruneian diplomat who took a shine to Emily and gave her gifts and took her to the Lion King matinee the day of her attack. His whereabouts can be corroborated by his driver and by the girl's grandmother, Lois Huntington, who came with them to the show unbeknownst to Denny. In an attempt to find dirt on Randall, Olivia finds Justin after class, who says his dad and stepmom argue about Emily all the time, and since Randall is lawyered up, he has risen to the top of the suspects list. Cabot argues to Judge Petrovsky that Randall had enough of a window to assault Emily and should be compelled to submit his DNA for testing, and while the judge agrees, Randall's lawyer immediately begins appealing the ruling. Sadly, Randall is admitted to Mercy General with severe beating wounds before the unit can arrest him for contempt, so Muntuola go to search Denny's palatial apartment. They find a bloodied t-shirt stuffed into a dresser, and Denny is caught sneaking in to see Emily. He says he couldn't turn his child over to the man who was abusing his little girl, so he waited for Randall outside his office. He begged him not to go through the custody claim and that if Randall pressed charges against him, he'd be deported. To which Randall laughed, saying Jamie's fancy mom meant Denny was a goner no matter what he did. Denny, in a not racist portrayal of Latin men, flies into a rage and beats the shit out of Randall. The sexual assault evidence...
Or pulls an Amaro.
AKA... The sexual assault evidence shows that the object used was a hairbrush and that the hair on it belonged to Justin, the Jets fan McKenna. Things heat up when the ass rape brush is found in Justin's room. He's not a fan of his stepmom and thinks that maybe she attacked his whiny, annoying stepsister. Jamie says that Justin deeply resented the attention Emily received and he was alone with her for about an hour the night she was brutalized. Munch, however, thinks something is off about Jamie. For one thing, why has there been no record of Emily being hospitalized for the many abuses she's suffered? For another, a hospital wristband under the name Erica Smith is found in Emily's room, which leads them to a clinic where a girl was admitted for vaginal bleeding, but her mother provided a fake address. 4 other aliases are uncovered at 4 other small clinics. While Jamie could be covering for one of the men in her life, it could also be that Jamie herself is the abuser. Skoda thinks Jamie is using Emily to get attention, but they're running out of witnesses. So they go find the doorman, who corroborates Justin's alibi. And Finn also discovers that Jamie was at the pharmacy for about 5 minutes, not the hour she'd claimed earlier, so she definitely had the time alone to assault the girl. Cabot thinks this case is paper thin, so Munch comes up with a honeypot trap and invites Jamie in for a friendly sit-down. She says she's afraid to bring Justin home. Then Munch hands her her own ACS file. She had been abused by her ambassador father when she was 11. Jamie says that Mom Lois was jealous of her and sent her away to boarding school. Munch then lies to her and says that Emily came out of her coma and told them everything. Jamie says that Emily is a liar who's been poisoned against her by Denny. Munch asked her to tell him her side of the story. She says they were driving home, and Emily was crying because she was going to leave the country. Jamie stopped the car and pulled the girl out of the car, whereupon she fell and hit her head on the curb. Munch, of course, doesn't buy it. Jamie says she didn't shove her hard. She just pushed her until she stopped crying, which she did for a time, until Jamie returned from the drugstore only to find her crying once again. This time Emily wouldn't stop crying, so Jamie grabbed the hairbrush to teach her, quote, discipline, then threw her against the wall, which finally stopped the tears. Munch stops off for quiet reflection on the roof, gets an attaboy from Big Boss Cragen, and is followed by Benson. Munch says he knew Jamie wouldn't call his bluff about Emily because of a girl he remembered from childhood who was murdered by her own mother. Munch sits down at poor Emily's bedside, and we are left with a bad moms don't read Oh, the Places You'll Go, 'cause it's too long, Dick Wolf. Yeah, there's not too many guest stars in this episode, right, Josh?
Sure. We've talked about 6 of them already.
Nice.
Joanna Merlin, Josh Petrovsky. Talked about her in 128. She's breastfeeding every child in the waiting room. Talking about the Demorne-sode, season 7, episode 15, Manipulated. We've obviously talked about J.K. Simmons playing Dr. Emil Skoda. We talked about him in 191. I mean, we want his joint to have been on fire. Yeah. Season 2, episode 1, Wrong is Right.
Mm-hmm. We do.
We've talked about Michelle Hurst before. She's playing the ACS social worker here. We saw her playing Mrs. Thwaites in 123. Not as stiffed as Charmaine was. Season 16, episode 16, December Solstice.
We could be watching In the Cut right now because of Michelle Hurst, but
yeah,
we're not.
Yeah, we're not. Sadly. We've discussed Don Sparks before. He's playing Doorman here, but we saw him playing Dr. Phil Matrano in 134. This overreach isn't going to assuage your guilt, Alex, but maybe dripping candle wax on Benson will.
Yeah.
That was season 3, episode 18, Guilt. Then we've got Brian Keene, who we've already talked about. He's playing Dr. Peters here. We talked about him in episode 72. I went to college. I have a skill. Talking about season 19, episode 24, Remember Me Too. One of the worst episodes we've done.
Sure was.
Really terrible. We also saw him playing a clerk in Surrender Benson. And last of the ones we've covered, Craig Rowe is playing James Woodrow, the defense attorney. We saw him playing an unnamed attorney in episode 54. I really have to do a rectal, so we were discussing season 1, episode 22, Slaves, the Andrew McCarthy episode. He was also the defense attorney in Consent. It's probably safe to assume he's playing the same attorney, even though we've got different showrunners. First up, Jennifer Dundas, who's playing Jamie McKenna, the mom.
Bad
That
mom.
is how she pronounces her last name. Bad mom. Definitely joins the club.
Yeah. Two bad moms in this episode.
Yeah, 2 bad moms. I had bad moms, plural, in my notes here. But she's playing Jamie McKenna, the baddest mom?
Or at least the featured bad mom.
Yeah, she was created by the other bad mom, probably. Sure wasn't helped. But Jennifer, not Jamie, was born in Boston. She was discovered at the age of 9. After working as a child actor, she went to Brown. She won an Obie for her turn in Good as New. She's performed on Broadway and at the Kennedy Center for Performing Arts. She's been in the films The Hotel New Hampshire, Mrs. Sothel, The Benneker Gang, Heaven Help Us, Legal Eagles, Lorenzo's Oil, Radio Land Murders, The First Wives Club, Swimming, Changing Lanes, Puccini for Beginners, The Post, Brittany Runs a Marathon, and Master. Not The Master, just Master.
Yeah. No hate baiting
main
in
cast in-
Master, as far as I know.
I don't know anything about it, but it makes sense. Because it's a slave thing, right?
Actually, maybe there is some hate baiting in it then. Who knows? I've not seen it.
She was main cast in Little Gloria, Happy at Last, and Anastasia, The Mystery of Anna, where she was playing the title character. She had a recurring role in the Ben Franklin miniseries, Desperate Housewives, and The Looming Tower. She's in One Criminal Intent. She's been married to Talmadge Lowe since December of 2000. Then we've got Yancey Arias, who's playing Denny Correa.
Yeah.
Correa, they keep calling him. And there's only
He
one
says
R.
Correa. He says Correa.
Yeah, but everyone else says Correa.
Not an especially enlightened role was written for him.
Right. He's born in New York City to a Puerto Rican mother and Colombian father. He attended Moore Catholic High School and St. John's Preparatory School before studying theater at Carnegie Mellon University. His first big break was when he was cast in the Broadway production of Miss Saigon in 1992, working in different capacities for a few years. He was in the films Innocent Blood, The Time Machine, Live Free or Die Hard, Hotel California, Street Dreams, Legion, Undocumented, Tag, The Outfield, which I can only assume is about the band The Outfield. Hands of Stone, Canal Street, Bottom of the Ninth.
Multiple baseball movies.
Multiple baseball movies. 100 Days to Live and 13 Minutes. He was main cast in Kingpin, Thief, the Andre Brower show from FX, which is great. Knight Rider, and season 2 and 3 of Queen of the South. He had recurring roles or was in multiple episodes of Charmed, NYPD Blue, The Division, Half and Half, Chase, Castle, Revenge, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Bosch,
Yeah, Bosch.
Magnum P.I., Bosch.
We had to deal with Bosch's bullshit a lot.
Bosch. Magnum P.I., LA's Finest, and The Cleaning Lady. He's in 2 episodes of New York Undercover, 1 episode of the original series, and 1 episode of Organized Crime. He moved to LA in 2001 with his now wife, Anna Alvim. Then we've got Paul Michael Valley, who's playing Randall McKenna. He was born in Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, all right.
His family moved to Greenwich, Connecticut when he was 8. He attended American University for 2 years, then apprenticed with Michael Kahn, the artistic director of the Shakespeare Theater Company. He was a member of the Juilliard Drama Division's Group 20, but after his 3rd year, he left to take on roles in soaps. He was Jefferson on Broadway in 1776. He has a bunch of stage credits in New York and bigger regional theaters. He was in the film My Best Friend's Wife. He had recurring roles on One Life to Live, Another World, and Guiding Light. He was married to Lisa Carmen. He has been married to Marta Rayner since 2010. Nice. Jean DeBear, playing Lois Huntington, was nominated for a Joseph Jefferson Award for actress in a supporting role in a play for her turn in The Fourth Wall in 1993. That's the Chicago Theater Awards. She was in the films Girlfriends, The World According to Garp, A Flash of Green, The New Kids, which we did for Movie Club.
We've already seen.
We sure have. FX.
Yeah.
84 Charing Cross Road, Wall Street, The Man Without a Face, Maverick, The Pallbearer, A Perfect Murder, and Kimberly. She was in multiple episodes of or had a recurring role in The Equalizer, and we're talking about the original Equalizer.
Yeah, it's way back.
Not this new bullshit. And I mean, if it was in the movies with Denzel, sure, 100% on board, but
no,
not that. Loving, The Kennedys of Massachusetts, Another World, All My Children, Guiding Light, The City, which is another one of them soaps, and Third Watch. She's in 2 episodes of the original series, 3 episodes of Deadline.
Yeah. Is
Talking
Deadline
about
in this
the New
universe?
York paper. Yeah, because it's the New York paper that is in the
yeah.
SVU episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 1 Criminal Intent. Next up, we've got Sky McCole Bartusiak, who's playing Jennifer, the young girl they interview. She was born in Houston, Texas, to Helen, born Helen McCole, and Donald Bartusiak. Her brother, Stephen Dillon Bartusiak, was also a child model. She attended St. Thomas the Apostle Episcopal School and Lutheran South Academy in Houston before graduating from Laurel Springs School in Ojai. She was in the films The Cider House Rules, The Patriot, Don't Say a Word, Riding in Cars with Boys, Against the Ropes, Boogeyman, Wild About Harry, Good Day for It, and Sick Boy. She had recurring roles in Storm of the Century, Season 2 of 24, and George Lopez. Apparently there was just a show called George Lopez.
Not the George. Yeah, weird.
Nope. It is literally just called George Lopez. She starred on Broadway in The Miracle Worker alongside Hilary Swank. She died in July of 2014.
Jeez.
Little Jennifer died in July of 2014 in the apartment behind her parents' Houston home.
Fuck.
From what the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences ruled was an accidental overdose from the combined toxic effects of hydrocodone, difluoroethane, and carisoprodol.
Okay. Jeez.
She was just 21. Her mother died 10 months later at just 59 years of age. Her brother died at 37.
Jeez, man. That is rough. Difluoroethane is computer duster aerosol spray.
She was huffing.
She was doing a lot of stuff, but huffing and doing other stuff. Man, that
Oh,
sucks.
I mean, the hydrocodone is obviously
Yeah.
opioid.
Yes. That sucks.
Kevin Gray
Yeah, moving on.
playing Henry Aberdeen. He was born in Westport, Connecticut, graduated from Duke, which is probably the worst thing I've read so far. He was the youngest actor to play the title role in The Phantom of the Opera on Broadway and in the national tour. He has tons of huge stage credits. He was in the films White Hot, The Incident, and Perry Mason, The Case of the Maligned Mobster. He had a recurring voice role in Kenny the Shark. He was in one episode of Piece of Miami Vice and The Equalizer that we want him to have had a single episode appearance in. He was in one Criminal Intent. He was a professor at Rollins College where he taught Meisner technique acting for musical theater.
I thought it was going to be the Giddish
Meisner.
technique if he was at Rollins College.
Sure. One would hope. Because I don't understand how Meisner makes sense in musical theater. He did that until 2011 when he went to the University of Hartford's Hart with two T's school. He married Jodie Pettit at some point. They were together. They met while he was doing Phantom. He died of a heart attack on February 11th, 2013, 2 weeks shy of his 55th birthday.
Damn.
Then we've got Adam Zolatan, who's
Finally.
playing Justin McKenna, the Jets fan.
It's a Jets fan.
Jets fan.
Huge Jets guy.
He was born on Long Island.
Yeah, he
He
was.
is...
He had to have been to be a Jets fan. That's the only place you're allowed to be a Jets fan.
He's the nephew of Lee Mazzilli,
Okay.
which is how I turned this into a fucking baseball episode.
That's not how I turned into a baseball episode. We'll get there later.
I'm shocked you didn't get there.
I looked at his page.
I thought that you had like a means by which you could a divining rod, if you will, about sniffing out baseball.
Oh, I sniffed out baseball in a
players
different way.
being related.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got stuck because I looked at his IMDb page and I got stuck hard on his very first film credit. And
Sure, Jack.
started thinking about Jack.
Yes. As one does. He was in Jack. Probably
very
Francis Ford Coppola's best film.
Jack, I feel like Jack very much fails the simple Jack test.
But Adam Zolatan did get his college like letter recommendation from Robin Williams from that. So,
Really? Good for him.
So, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, something came from this.
Yeah.
He was also Eddie Haskell in the Leave It to Beaver movie.
Yeah.
And he was in the films Dog's Best Friend and Zerophilia. He was main cast in a short-lived sitcom Love and Marriage from like 96. And he was also main cast in Storm of the Century, which Sky McCall Bartusiak, Jennifer, was in.
Nice.
He's in 2 episodes of the original series. It looks like he does private personal training in Beverly Hills now and is married to a woman named Carrie with whom he has a daughter.
Nice.
Davina Cook is playing Mrs. Fergus. She was in the film Scent of a Woman, Adam's favorite movie.
Hoo-ah!
The Paper, The 24-Hour Woman, and Forever My Girl. She's in multiple episodes of Guiding Light. She's in one New York Undercover, 4 episodes of the original series, and one more SVU that we've not seen. Nicole Lewis is playing Admitting Nurse. She was an undergrad at Yale, or she did her undergrad at Yale. She's in the films London, Betty, and The Comedian with Tim Heidecker. She was main cast in the podcast Fish Priest. She had a recurring role in Mercy, New Amsterdam, and Madagascar, A Little Wild. She's in one more SVU. And lastly, we have Anne McDonough, who's playing Mrs. Dunlap here. She's born in Portland, Maine. She has a bunch of stage credits, both off and on Broadway.
I see why you mentioned her, Josh.
Sure did. She's in the films Night Flowers, Night of the Juggler, where she is Office Girl.
Yes. Guys, Night of the
Do you have
Juggler.
your copy?
I do have my copy. It is back there. I haven't watched it yet, but I have my copy.
I can see it. I can see it right here. It's on the table over there. We haven't watched it yet, but holy shit.
But I'm really pumped. I can't watch it.
I kind of want to
kids.
redo it because we didn't do an official movie club on it.
I would do a movie club on
granted, if we do another movie club, you have to actually do Green Card, you fucker, because I watched it and took notes.
Man, that's one of the best. Next to that Damien trade,
That's
I
such a
pulled with
troll,
Bailey
you
over.
fucker.
Yeah, but I made Josh watch Green Card, and then had a kid and was like, "Sorry, fuck you."
Yeah, eat a dick. But Ann McDonough's in Night of the Juggler. She's Office Girl.
Night of the Juggler is fucking amazing, and you can finally actually.
Adam and I
see
both
it.
bought copies of it.
Yes, we both pre-bought copies.
Yes, we pre-ordered. I had my copy 5 days before it was available for the general public.
Yeah, amazing.
But so she's in Night of the Juggler. She's Office Girl. Offbeat, Moonstruck, Little Sweetheart, Men Don't Leave, Deceived, Lorenzo's Oil, For Love or Money, 6 Degrees of Separation, The Mothman Prophecies, Washington Heights, Alchemy, The Life Before Her Eyes, and The Kitchen. She had a recurring role in All My Children. She's in 1 episode of the original series and 1 more SVU. She has been married to Jack Gilpin since December of 1985. Jack Gilpin we have seen.
Oh.
They have 3 children, including Betty Gilpin.
Oh.
She's Betty Gilpin's mom. Betty Gilpin from Glow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Okay, so some prep skill dink laments the loss of Keyshawn over cordless phone at breakfast. Now, did you look into when this is in Keyshawn's career?
I did. This is right after, so he was traded in April of the year 2000. This was filmed this aired in November 2000. So Keyshawn had just signed his extension with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which at the time made him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. It was an 8 years, 56 mil.
It was one of those basically sign and trade deals because he was coming off 2 straight Pro Bowl selections for the Jets.
2 straight Pro Bowl seasons. He only had 1 more Pro Bowl season in Tampa, but he did win the Super Bowl and had a pretty good game in that Super Bowl. So I think he probably remembers at least the first half of his time in Tampa pretty fondly before I forget, was it Gruden that he got into it with?
Yeah.
Because he kind of famously had a falling out with John Gruden on the sidelines. That was after the Super Bowl, as I recall.
Sure. Those Tampa offenses were terrible, and he was the only good part about them.
Yeah.
It was him and Warwick Dunn, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought that the blinds in Emily's room are fucking wild.
It's weird that there's a window from her room to the kitchen, right?
But also,
When
she pulls the string on the blinds, they go down. She pulls from up and they go down.
And you're not looking outside at the season, you're looking down at her brother in the kitchen.
Down into the 100%.
You're right. It's a fucking fun house.
Very weird.
It's a Wonka style fun house in there.
Yeah. Then we see a very gross ass bruise or wound on Emily's neck.
It's something. Yeah.
The doctor says subdural hematoma.
Yeah.
Papillary edema indicates pressure building for hours, maybe days, caused by blunt trauma.
Yeah.
Healed fractured femur from 6 weeks prior.
Yeah.
Hairline fractures of the ribs, bruising to arms and pelvic region. Vaginal trauma indicates sexual abuse. Can you imagine being this doctor? Likely not knowing what this show was yet, coming in and having to read the litany
those lines
of awful shit that happened to a 7-year-old girl.
Do you think he used the Meisner method?
Hope so. Now, when they come out and Keyshawn Bro doesn't do anything, or looks up and he's got that look.
Yeah. Oh,
You
he's
know,
got
like,
the look.
This
He's got the look.
little fucker did it.
Yeah.
He's got the
Fuck
this little
this guy.
fucker did it.
No, he did. I don't know what he did, but he did something, and I hate this kid.
I hate him immediately. Like, I kind of want him to go down for it, even though we know he didn't do it.
I mean, really, like, bravo, Adam Zolotin, because
Yeah.
you nailed it.
So then Jamie thinks that her ex Denny did it because he's been angrier since she remarried.
Because he's a
Denny
hothead.
thinks Randall touches Emily and saw bruises on Emily's arms, calling in the abuse to the caseworker, only to have Jamie say Denny did it.
I want to take a little aside here for a moment before we get farther into the plot. Because, so, Denny Correa, for some reason, they love Cubans in the SV universe. Like, they almost try to pretend that Dominicans and Puerto Ricans don't exist. Not going to...
In a city where
there's millions of both of them.
Yes. Yes.
But still. So, Denny Correa is
And
supposed to be Cuban.
more Dominicans or Puerto Ricans than Cubans.
Oh, many, like, orders of magnitude more.
Yes.
Several orders of magnitude. Still, Denny Correa, I'm sorry, he's supposed to be Cuban.
But it's not even, it's not Correa in the, like Carlos Correa. Like, it's not the way that Correa is actually typically rendered as a last name.
That's how Denny said it. When Denny came in and they asked him what his name was, that's how he said it. Nobody else said it that way, but that's how he said it.
Because he's the only Latino.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Very much
He said
so.
it the way you would say it.
Yeah.
But there's only one R.
Yes. So he's Cuban, so he's not related to Carlos Correa, or who's from Puerto Rico, or Chick Corea, legendary jazz pianist, who's Italian American. But he's possibly related.
He's a jazz penis.
Yes. Possibly related to Cuban Stars infielder from the 1920s and 30s, Francisco Correa, who accrued 1 total WAR in 10 seasons with various versions of the Cuban Stars team, which is very interesting. And I wanted to just do a little side on this because I hadn't thought about them much. I've seen their hats before at Ebbets Field, but I didn't quite realize that the Cuban Stars, and there was Cuban Stars West and Cuban Stars East and Cuban Stars, but they were a collection of Cuban ball players who played in America against Negro League teams during the run of the Negro Leagues. It's very kind of interesting history, but he was one of them, and he was Cuban. And so possibly could be Denny's ancestor.
Though it's fair to wonder whether or not his name was misspelled.
Season 1, there's a couple seasons of the show where I'm not like assuming that they did much fact checking.
The beginning of 2.
Yeah.
19 and 20.
18, 19, and 20. 18 too.
Definitely 19 and 20. We're still sort of we haven't watched that many from 18, so I don't feel confident.
I feel like when we've seen them, they were
writers
weird.
room under the bus.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they don't know how names work.
19 and 20, they definitely do not.
They definitely do not. Yeah.
But I thought that was fascinating.
All right, so yes. So Randall's an investment banker, and immediately he did it, right?
Maybe. Well,
I mean, he's an investment banker.
We're only at like 9 minutes into this episode. It is really to go from a season.
There are a lot of shitheads that you think did it.
To go from a season 16 episode where where nothing happens for the first 35 minutes to a season 2 episode where like we're not to 13 minutes in yet, and like so many people are potentials.
I had so many notes early on.
Yeah.
So Justin is Randall's son from previous marriage. We find that out here. Jamie got knocked up by her rehab dance instructor.
Didn't know they had those.
Yeah, but this is like some 28 Days meets Dirty Dancing ass shit here.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little step it up.
Jamie's mom is the widow of former ambassador. Her mom is also the chair of the Avery Huntington Foundation. Yeah. She got Denny fired. Jamie got hooked on pills, diet pills apparently. So I guess we're seeing some Jesse Spano shit. Mom thought boarding school at 11 would fix her daughter. Try fucking parenting, you cold demon. And we find out later that she's much more than a cold demon.
Yeah. I don't think parenting did very much for Jamie, sadly. Parenting kind of put her in the place
it might have had mom not been a bitch of the highest order.
Well, apparently, mom used the brush on Jamie, as we find out later. We don't know in which capacity exactly, but
I think the brush was a spanking tool. But anyway, moving on. Randall held an assault charge over Denny's head in the hopes of coercing Denny into signing over full custody of Emily.
Fucking asshole! I hate this family.
They're awful. They're awful. I want them all to perish from the earth. So then we find out that addict Jamie couldn't care for infant Emily, so Lois pushed the courts to give custody to Denny in 1994. Like, what the fuck?
It's a little bit of a weird twist, but then she wants backsies?
Yeah, and like for someone who couldn't be bothered to actually parent her own child, she sure had a lot of things she thought about what that child's life should be as an adult.
Yeah. And besides the racial stereotyping, Denny seemed like a pretty good dad, you know.
Right.
He would have had a great job as a dance instructor at fucking rehab clinics if you hadn't ruined his fucking career.
And I mean, we've seen in Chicago Fire how fun being a dance instructor can be. Like when the Zumba guy was doing Zumba classes, like that seemed fun.
Dude, I know. I walk by a Zumba studio sometimes, and you know, I don't know what's going on in there, but it sure sounds, you know,
it sounds great,
uplifting. Yeah, raucous.
Okay, now we get to Henry Aberdeen, the Minister for Protocol for the Brunei mission at the UN.
You know, they have essentially they're one of these outfits, the Bruneians, with infinite money, but like not much to spend it on, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised if they have a protocol guy who just what does he do? He does protocols. What does that mean? No one knows.
It's possible that positions have changed in the Brunei mission at the UN. But as of June of 2016, they didn't have a minister for protocol.
Okay.
Looking at their normal website.
Yeah.
Looks like they have a Department of Protocol and Consular Affairs.
It's not a great website. It's a little old-fashioned.
It's a very bad website. Very bad website. This is like Web 1.0.
Yeah, sure is.
But that department has a director and a confidential clerk.
Hey,
the only ministerial title, which is why I think that there's never been a minister of protocol, the only ministerial title they seem to have at the Brunei mission is a second minister of foreign affairs who looks to be second in the hierarchy to the ambassador at large.
Look, Brunei,
then it's all secretary level.
I'm a huge fan of your country. I love any country that is located exclusively on the island of Borneo. If you need web design,
dear leader, give us money.
I would be thrilled to update your website for the modern viewer. Yeah. I can do that. I think I have the...
Dear leader, give us money. Dear leader of Brunei, not of America. Fuck you. But the prime minister... the Sultan of Brunei...
Prime minister, the Sultan's been around for a while, but they've had the same prime minister since like 1994.
I looked this up. No. 84.
1984.
And he's been the Sultan of Brunei since 1967.
Sure has.
So they stopped being a British protectorate on January 1, 1984, ending 96 years of having been under British control.
That's when he became the prime minister. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that's when he became prime minister, but he was already the Sultan as of 67.
Yeah.
With the exception, there was a 4-year stretch during World War II when Japan had captured...
They occupied it,
Yeah.
Because the reason the Sultan of Brunei is possibly the world's richest man, he's never nobody knows what his assets are, but the reason is because that they have substantial oil deposits that
they sure do
exploiting for a long time, and there's not that many people there. And
he's been an absolute monarch since 1984.
Yeah, but one of the best. As far as I understand, the people of
You're
Brunei...
the best, dear Sultan, and please give us money to...
As far as I understand, the people of Brunei, things like appliances and televisions are like the state
Just provided, yeah.
Provides them for you.
Yeah.
And they could provide,
Like per capita, it's one of the richest countries in the world, if I'm not mistaken.
but it's probably like easily the richest, but just nobody knows what the Sultan is actually
Sure,
worth.
100%.
So
Yeah.
because I think
He's probably richer than Elon Musk. Probably.
well, at least in as far as like liquid assets, he's probably much richer than Elon Musk.
I mean, Elon Musk's wealth is
I
built
think
on
it's
a
all
fucking.
it's all a house of fucking cards that's going to collapse any minute now.
It's built on lies.
No, the real rich people like fucking King Charles and the Sultan of Brunei and Mohammed bin Salman, real pieces.
Yeah, they have actual assets to prove that their wealth.
Those other guys are much worse people than His Royal Highness the Sultan, though. The Prime Minister of Brunei Darussalam. Their actual mission office is located directly across the street from the United Nations building, 771 First Avenue. I could not see where the official
You said
residence...
771 First Ave?
771 First Ave, yeah. It's called 7071 UN Plaza there, but it's First Avenue. I did not figure out where the address for the residence was, and I guess it could be on 64th Street, which is where the card says it is. 64th Street is just a few blocks away from my Trader Joe's, which was underneath the Queensboro Bridge. A really nice Trader Joe's. It's got these like vaulted, like tiled ceilings.
So Henry Aberdeen translates what Tutuola means, and Finn says, Yoruban, but it's actually Yoruba is the language.
Yeah, he's got a weird affect, Henry Aberdeen.
He does. And it gets weirder as we go. Now, Jennifer, who, of course, is our dead actress.
Yeah. Jeez.
R.I.P. Now, Jennifer doesn't want to talk about Emily behind her back. But then we find out that Daddy was going to abscond to Cuba with Emily via Quebec.
Yeah. I was wondering how they're going to pull that off, because they're like, they got tickets to Cuba. I was like, excuse me. And they're like, okay, via Quebec, sure.
But like, just stay in Quebec.
Yeah. It's probably easier to get away with kidnapping if you can get your kid to Cuba.
Sure. No extradition. And then we've got shades of Ellie and Gonzalez that they're sort of, touching on, but not diving into.
Yeah.
Not gonna touch on that. Not worth going into.
Very dumb. But one of the dumbest episodes.
You don't know what we're talking about.
A very dumb episode in our nation's history.
Yeah. One of the dumbest. Anyway. No, not anymore. Maybe 10 years ago it would have been one of the dumbest. It was pretty dumb then. All right. So then, quote, if you're such a victim, why is it that everyone else winds up getting hurt? Elliot asks him.
Yeah.
Yancey Arias' character, whose name?
Denny.
Yeah. Sure. Because that's also a standard.
Dennis is a notable Cuban name.
Yeah. Obviously. But it's like, Elliot, you should know that if you're a boss ass dude, people fuck with you and they get hurt.
Yeah.
This is
your life.
Your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then it's
if this were the old days, I would cue the Commodore song. This is your life right now.
Sure, right.
Elliot,
yeah, but we can't do that
anymore. You ruin the lives
because
of everybody in your family.
Yeah.
But
we can't do that because we're trying to monetize.
Where's Dickie, Elliot?
You know what? If we get enough people who pay for the Patreon, we'll probably be able to pay for music.
Yeah.
So, call your 10,000 friends and tell them all to join. Yeah. Join the Patreon.
Absolutely.
If we didn't have to edit, we could do this every week. Let's go to things we've got. An abuser adept at navigating multiple social circles, acting out of rage either from childhood sexual abuse or sexual inadequacies,
At this
that
point, it's
he, we all assume it's a he, could be driven
They all
to
assume it's a
excel
he.
in other areas. Yeah.
as soon as Skoda opens his mouth, it's like, well, what about Jamie?
Did we meet her bitch mom?
We did. She seems like the one who's had to navigate some social circles.
Yeah.
If she's
Her mom sucks.
she's like dancing down with the, fucking Suave's character,
Yeah.
She's jumping out of second floor windows to rip people's throats out.
Toads.
Dalton style.
Randall doesn't like being in the crosshairs,
No.
and he lawyers up. Henry Aberdeen knew Lois's dead husband, which makes me even more suspect of this fucker.
Right? This guy's Henry Abaddon's like been on the plane, right?
Sure, he's taking children to musicals.
He's been on the plane. He's been in the little temple in Little St. James, Josh. He fits the profile.
With people who we've talked about on this episode already.
Lois Huntington had a signed photo of Bill Clinton in frame in her apartment.
Did she actually?
She did. When they met her, it went from, I think it went Benson, and the camera panned, and it had signed frame photo of Bill Clinton fully in frame, and then went to Lois.
So
All
when
these
this
people have been
episode
on the plane.
when this episode drops, the Dollop's 700th episode,
Okay.
or it like a 3-part thing, but it's Bill Clinton.
Yeah. Release the list.
Release a list, please.
Please. Release
The whole list.
Yeah. Unredacted.
Okay, so Henry Aberdeen took Emily to a matinee of The Lion King. The Lion King premiered at the Orpheum in Minneapolis in 1997.
Really?
And yes.
So it was hot shit in 1999 then.
Yes. It moved quickly to the New Amsterdam Theater on Broadway. It was like there was like 6 weeks between when it opened in Minneapolis and premiered or previewed on Broadway.
So it was one of those deals where they did like an open in a different town to
Yeah, it was. I believe it was the
get
same
their
casting.
shit together before they went to Broadway. It was,
Right.
That makes sense.
So it previewed 3 months after it premiered at the Orpheum. It is the highest grossing Broadway show of all time, bringing in more than $1.9 billion.
Hakuna Matata, man.
Aberdeen talks about Emily in super creepy ways.
Yeah, he does. He sure does. Everything about him's pretty creepy.
Yeah. And also, why aren't they questioning teen son who's just full of piss and vinegar? Why aren't they questioning him at all?
Well, they do. They get there.
But not if they take so long to get around to him.
Well,
then Randall hides behind his lawyer. Aberdeen's totally cooperative and waives diplomatic immunity to eliminate himself and help them narrow down who Emily's abuser is. Munch leaves a stuffed lion on Emily's hospital bed.
This is where we know it's a Munch
hands-
episode. When Munch shows up with stuffed animals, it's like, oh, this is what it is. I didn't know where we were. Yeah.
Sure. So then Cabot hands Randall's lawyer's ass to him. Randall's in the hospital with blunt force trauma of his own. Then my note is this broad is really laying it on thick. I believe that's the neighbor lady who lets them into Yancey Arias' apartment.
Yeah, the fake, maybe Russian, maybe fake something
whatever the fuck's
accent.
going on. Davina, whatever.
Yeah, love that.
Not scrolling back up for that. I couldn't hand my daughter over.
If I
to the
was
man
a rich man.
Yes, yeah. Like she came straight from her rehearsal.
For the shtetl.
Fiddler on the Roof, yeah. Denny's like, I couldn't hand my daughter over to the man who's molesting her. Randall laughed at Denny, who was concerned about being deported, saying Denny was as good as gone.
I just don't understand why there wasn't a scene where Elliot and Denny had like a heart-to-heart. Because like...
About being angry Catholics?
Yeah, everything that Denny's done is something that Elliot does. Like on the regs. You know?
Yeah, like every 5th episode.
The only difference is that Elliot being, a natural-born citizen... doesn't have the threat of deportation. And also being a police officer means that he
He's above the law.
Gets away with it every time.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, why wouldn't Denny just throw away the bloody T-shirt?
Dude.
Like, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
Why would you keep that?
Okay, so thank you for getting the bloody T-shirt. Denny's Morningside Heights apartment is bigger than my fucking house in Albuquerque. It's goddamn massive, Josh. It is fucking palatial. There's like multiple side corridors that they walk past. Multiple hallways.
Sure.
It's at least a 3 or 4 bedroom. It's fucking huge. He has antique furniture in there. This guy is a fry cook.
This is 2000 rent.
He's a fry cook at a school. And
frankly, it's probably 1998 rent. If he's rent
palace.
controlled in 1998 rent, I bet he's okay. He might have had this apartment since 1994. We don't know.
No, he's an immigrant.
Actually, I bet he did because he got custody in 94. He has had this apartment since 94, I think.
Still, this is a gigantic apartment. This could have been Lois Huntington's apartment, and they just reset it for Denny's. And they just took out the Bill Clinton photos. That's all they did.
Yeah.
And the fucking...
To not creep out the girl.
Yeah, the stemware and the Wedgwood. They took that shit out and just left the antique... Like, it's like an antique armoire that they find the bloody T-shirt in. It's preposterous.
So Kragen thinks Denny should have let the system work for him, which is hilarious. And Munch instantly calls bullshit on that.
Yeah. Come on, Kragen.
The hair sample from the rape kit was a bristle from a hairbrush, but DNA matches someone in Randall's bloodline.
Yeah. So we all know who that is.
Then we get a real hell of a red herring here. Instantly fuck tons of anger at Emily and Jamie from shithead Justin, who, despite actually being innocent, still a shithead.
No, I love this scene. Stabler's standing there in Justin's room with gloves on, holding the rape brush and looking at Justin. And then it's like cut from Stabler holding the rape brush to Justin calling his stepmom a bitch in the interrogation. It's great. It's got great energy. It's got great flow. Really liking everything about this.
We do later find out that he's not wrong.
She's a fucking bitch, man. She's a bad mom.
We do not know this, though, when this scene is happening the first time.
I know. It's great. Really like it.
Now, how the fuck were they able to question Justin without his parents or a lawyer present?
Because it's season 2, Josh. The laws didn't exist. I just want to point out at this point, 4 characters, I believe, have already been forgotten as potential perpetrators. Denny was off the hook at 13 minutes in. Henry, the creepy diplomat, off the hook at 17 minutes in.
Yep.
Randall is off the hook at 25 minutes in. And Justin is basically off the hook at 30 minutes in, even though they kind of keep it going for another couple minutes.
They keep kicking that can down the
But at 30 minutes in, you're like, oh,
but Munch
Justin
isn't buying her story anymore.
Exactly. Once Munch says that,
since it's a Munch-isode, we assume that he's right.
Yeah, and he is.
Yeah,
he's proved
he is. Right. So there's no hospital record, despite saying she noticed warning signs of abuse for months. Yeah. Which is a big red flag for him. She's almost disappointed to be walking away with her nonverbal son. And then we get who's
I didn't
Erica
mention
Smith.
In the recap, very weird character that they had to have one of those.
Yep.
Not really sure why the nonverbal son was part of it. Anyway,
it's her fault though.
I guess they had to pay a kid like $108 to be in one scene. Something like that.
It was probably $96 then, but yes.
Okay.
I hope it went into his Coogan Trust account.
It did.
So, who's Erica Smith? We find out that there was Erica Smith suffered vaginal bleeding within her dress in the middle of the East River.
Classic SVU. Classic SVU.
Yeah. So that unveils the whole free clinics to cover for abuse where she can pay in cash. Yeah. Munch thinks dear old mom could be doing it.
Yeah. So does Skoda.
Yep. this is where we find out that, or hear that people who've suffered abuse as a child tend to repeat the problem with their own children. Justin says he was on the run. Sorry. Justin says he was on a run, not the run.
It's a long run.
When Jamie went to the drugstore.
Hour-long run.
The doorman backs us up.
Yeah.
Well, she also came back earlier than she said, but
It's true.
That's not that long.
I mean, it's kind of long. You're going like...
I was running cross country then. That wasn't that long.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Now it feels like a long run.
Like a training run, that's like a 6-mile run because he wasn't actually gone for a full hour because he left after she did.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good to stay in shape.
Yeah, sure. Agree to disagree. So then Munch wants to feed the junkie to get her on the hook.
Yeah.
And then we get my note here is, fuck. Ambassador sexually abusing his 11-year-old daughter. Mommy Dearest was jealous and sent her daughter off to boarding school.
So gross. Somehow the mom being jealous is the gross note, right? Like
there are plenty of gross notes, but that's the grossest of the notes. Yeah. And I mean, granted,
terrible.
it's from Jamie's perspective, so like it's going to be tinted in the worst way possible, but it's still awful, god awful.
Bet.
Munch plays the Emily came out of a coma card and hints that Jamie's been implicated and that her print was on the hairbrush. Then we're told, I didn't shove her hard into the curb.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but she just put the hairbrush back in Justin's room. He's just brushing his hair with the foreign object penetration hairbrush.
Again, I think it was we've seen it's always laid out so much more explicitly.
It has been laid out more
when
explicitly.
it's the penetrant.
Then what caused the
I know
vaginal
we're in a
bleeding?
weird like
Then what caused the
interregnum
bleeding?
between seasons 1 and 2
Yes.
where like this isn't the real showrunner.
Yeah.
But
I guess maybe they don't understand how the world works.
Right.
It's possible. You're right.
They don't
It's
know how
possible.
the SVU world works. I think
But
there's
when I see Stabler holding a wooden object with gloves on his hands,
we assume it was inserted
it's been
into an
used to
orifice.
penetrate somebody's asshole.
Yes. Yeah. Or someone's orifice, regardless. Yeah. Anyway. All right, so she threw her against the wall, and then we get a bad moms plural.
Yeah.
Two bad moms.
Two bad moms. They should have brought Lois back for the end. If Lois was back at the end, it would have really like put the kind of bow on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get some bad moms.
I just wanted her to start crying. Was that too much to ask? Munch, kind of walks off and is more or less catatonic for a bit. Then he tells a story about his neighbor girl with the same sad lost eyes from Munch's childhood.
Yeah.
He knew Jamie didn't care about her kids like that awful neighborhood mom. And I think this is honestly maybe the best scene we've seen Belzer have.
It's a good Belzer scene. It's a good Belzer
It's
episode.
a great Belzer scene.
It is.
This scene specifically is like, oh, fuck.
He got a chance to actually act.
Yeah. You can see a window into where this show could be like
A really good show.
oh shit. Yeah.
This could have been like Homicide. Homicide is hard to watch, man. I don't know if you've tried
I haven't
to rewatch
tried it yet.
It feels very realistic in a way that almost no other procedurals are.
Yeah.
Even
It's JDS getting to go hog wild as a DP.
yeah, but just the storylines are very rough. And the characters are very believable in living mired in, a terrible situation. Anyways, it's very stressful watching it. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Last note.
Yeah.
Justin was right.
Yeah. Mom sucks. I mean, to be fair, Justin could have
Jamie sucks.
showed been like, why is my annoying stepsister crying all the time? Oh, it's because mom is fucking terrible.
Right. Like, Justin doesn't not
Could have
suck.
put the dots together a little bit better.
He's lamenting the loss of Keyshawn. We know he sucks. But he's also right about Jamie sucking more.
He's probably a Jets-Yankees fan, which is just the most odious combination, right? A Jets-Yankees
Yankees, Nets.
Islanders fan. Yeah, well, yeah. He probably
Nets Islanders.
Well, the Nets had not. The Nets were still in New Jersey at this point.
I know. That's why I said it.
Let's rank this episode, Josh. So every week we rank these. We rank these episodes on the overall quality of the episode, the quality of the guest they're in, how problematic it was, and the depth and breadth of lives ruined. We're trying to come up with a composite score whereby we can rank this episode against all the other episodes of the show that we have and will eventually have watched. So, Josh, quality, I don't know. It's all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't think it was great. I don't think it was terrible. 4?
No, I think it's somewhere between a 4 and a 6. I'm inclined to say 4.
Yeah, I'm inclined to say 4 too. Let's just keep it at 4. What about the guests? Who had a good role? Henry Abaddon, very creepy. Justin, the Jets fan, totally shitty.
Real pissant.
Yancey Arias, I think he's a real pro. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor. What's her? Jennifer Dundas is pretty good.
Yeah. You hate her, but again, everybody you're supposed to hate everybody in this. Besides,
yeah,
Yancey
and
Arias.
the mom, Lois. Lois
Jean de Bear.
Jean de Bear.
Yeah.
So I don't know how good. Like, I think Randall McKenna, the Paul Michael Valley is kind of.
Yeah. I don't think any of them had a very big role. So I think that caps this. I think they're all serviceable.
Yeah, like 6.
Sure, that's fine. Okay. Again, we have watched so little SVU that we're not going to be very accurate with these rankings for a couple.
I feel pretty accurate about the 6.
Was this episode problematic, Josh? I really think the episode hinges on the one scene where Stabler, wearing white gloves, is holding
the brush
and staring back at Justin, the Jets fan. And, your feelings about Long Island area sports franchises,
Yeah, you also have Dr. Peters listing off the laundry list of problems that Emily has gone under. And then you have the reveal that Jamie was sexually abused by her father, and that her mother was jealous of her. And
don't forget the racism,
school.
Josh. Don't forget the racism.
Sure, there's also the racism.
The Latin father's a fucking hothead.
Right. That we really get a heavy dose of in seasons 13 through 16. I it's like a 7, right?
Is it that high? I think it's another 6. I don't know.
I think it's a 7.
Yeah, no, I think convincing me. The hairbrush. The hairbrush is to get over the mid-range hump, you have to have a salacious detail that sticks with you. And for me,
we have bad moms on bad moms, bad mom on bad mom.
We have bad moms on bad moms. We have frame signed portraits of Bill Clinton.
We have all the weirdness that's going on with Henry Abaddon. Also.
Exactly. I mean, so we see a picture of a man who is verifiably been on the plane, and we also meet a character who definitely fits the profile.
Sure. The ambassador, who we don't meet, but whose specter looms over this whole episode, he also seems to have probably been on the plane.
You think? No, I think the ambassador is
there are foundations in his name.
Oh, that ambassador. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the ambassador of Brunei. And I was going to say that His Royal Highness's diplomatic staff is above reproach. above
her father, the
reproach.
ambassador.
Yes, her
Yes.
father, the ambassador.
No, we
definitely.
love you, Brunei. Can we live in Brunei, please?
It seems like a
We will
a lovely
podcast from
country.
Brunei, and I'll do a whole Brunei tourism podcast
love
about
to.
Brunei.
Love to.
Yeah,
Again,
can we please live there? Take us in, dear leader Sultan.
I've done
of
enough
Brunei.
web design to know how to improve your website. Because it could use an update. I'm not saying that it's bad. I think it's beautiful. It reflects a beautiful culture and a beautiful people and a beautiful country.
But it could be so much better, and we can do that for you. Sir. Your Highness, your Royal Highness.
Or madam, whoever's listening right now. Whoever tracks
Yes.
down these AI
Please.
leads.
Yes. Let Adam and I move our families there, please.
All right, 7. So depth and breadth of lives ruined. This country, it is. But this family is fucked.
Yes, this country's terrible.
Yeah, but this family is fucked.
Sure. Yeah.
What's going to happen to the poor, non-communicative child at this point? Daddy's in a
Never
coma.
communicate.
Mom's in jail. Justin's still a Jets fan. Emily's still in a coma. Is Dad in a coma, or is he just in the hospital and kind of
I think
written
he's
out
just
of the
in the
episode?
hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're fine. They're rich and they
He's
hate
not
each
cool
other.
enough to be
What
in a
else is
coma.
new? Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to being rich, you fucks.
Okay, so that's something. Munch's story about
Munch is taking this one hard. He's taking this one on the chin.
yeah. He feels. Sometimes he feels. In the early seasons,
Yeah.
Munch can feel once in a while.
Right.
Later on,
I
this
think
show
this
doesn't have
one
the budget
would.
for that.
I think this would land more if Emily were not, like for the score specifically.
Uh-huh.
I think this would land more if Emily were not basically still in a coma at the end of the episode. If she had lines, if we felt like we knew her more than we do.
Yeah, I think if they actually had her be a character, this would help. Whether at
but
the
she is
beginning or the end. At one point in the episode, have her be a character, not just an extra with 2 scenes.
not. Sure.
I guess 3. Because there's the scene where Munch gives her the teddy bear, the lion rather, even though that's the same shot as when.
Yeah,
he
100%.
reached
She had a.
There was a morning.
She was on set for 4 hours
Yeah.
total. Yeah, and really 2, I'm sure. But anyway,
Two different setups. I mean, that preposterous.
Like,
that was
the-
a location. The apartment was a location.
Sure.
So they had her
100%.
on location, and then they had her.
2 locations.
Yeah.
2 locations.
Yeah.
I think this is. It's like one of those like seminal relationships, one of those like building block relationships that's gone really, really, really awry.
Yeah.
And it's really 2 of them, or 3 of them. 3 of them, like at the center of this episode. It's not landed as well as it usually would be. I think it's probably like a 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking 7. I think it's dark. It could have been better, but it's not bad, right? As far as 100%. Landing how ruined this family is. And they're swinging for the fences. I think it's a 7. So that gives us an overall score of a 6, which I think that seems fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Going back, the last time we had a straight 6 was all the way back in episode 217. That was season 2, episode 17, Folly. We called that one Always Be Brewing. That one also had J.K. Simmons, had Eddie Cahill, Patricia Callenber, Simon Jones, Colin Eggersfield. Don't remember that at all.
I got nothing.
Zero memories.
I honestly normally remember them.
I know, same. At least there's like something like the one below it has Arlie Emery and Maria Bello, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that one. Nope.
Oh, okay. After several male escorts are assaulted, one murdered, And one murder, the team finds a link to a couple whose sexual fantasy may have turned violent.
Yeah. Vaguely. But they didn't land it perfectly, which is, I think, why it got a 6.
So, let's just pretend we're heading over to episode.lol, which was built for this podcast by friend of the pod, Flet, because that's where I headed when I chose these episodes.
Sure did.
Flet, of course, co-created Cinequote.net with Unkind Rewind co-host Sean McGrath. The tape is spinning. Bill and Ted, they don't like this part one bit. And we've landed in season 5 on episode 5. Serendipity. The discovery of the bodies of a newborn and her mother leads to a dermatologist coming under suspicion of the rapes of young girls.
Ooh. Dermatologist.
Ooh, indeed. Dermatologist.
Archibald Newlands is the name of the dermatologist? That's preposterous.
Could be. This one has Jack Gilpin, whose
Sure
wife
does.
we just saw.
Yeah, who we just talked about.
And she is not in this episode. It's also got Martin Donovan, who we have seen already. It's got Paulina Gerzone, who I think we've already seen too. We sure have seen her. She is Katie Nicholson in Savant.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. She went there.
She sure did. So we've got some fun coming back. We've got some fun shit coming back here.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So, guys, we have a Patreon. You should join it. We sure do. A
Join
website.
it in droves. We're back, baby.
Yeah, our show notes have links to all of these things. Our website,
Yes.
our email address, our merch, our Discord channel, which is probably the best place to discuss this stuff.
Sure is.
We have social media accounts. I don't know. Social media sucks and it's dying.
Yeah.
I feel like in 10 to 15 years it won't exist anymore and the world will be a better place, hopefully.
I have a newsletter that's currently on Substack that
Nice.
will probably change to Ghost or whatever that updates things on a weekly basis.
Nice.
So
Josh also
you
has
can
another
keep apprised of what we
podcast.
do there.
You should
sure
listen
do.
to the other podcast.
Yeah, it's super fun. I am right now not editing the episode about Clue that I should be done with already, and I'm not because I went to the Viagra Boys concert last night. Concert was great. I'm behind. Email the podcast, munchmybenson@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
We're on all the socials. We're pretty much just at munchmybenson. On Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, we're munchmybenson.
Yeah. Out of the mouth of Mike Birbiglia, we're Munch My Benson.
Yeah. Not the other guy who, our dear leader has decided needs to be canceled because our dear leader is a cuck ass bitch.
Yeah. Still, Jimmy, if you decide to set up a podcast.
Yeah, come on the pod, Jimmy. Come on any pod. We'll have you on either this or Unkind Rewind.
Yeah,
Adam will join in on Unkind Rewind if you want to come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or if you decide to start your own podcast and want to have us on, talk about.
Yeah, we'll come on.
Talk about Munch My Benson. We'd love to.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I think it's time. It's time to start munching, right, Josh?
Yeah.
We've been out this for 150 minutes.
Again, Sultan of Brunei. Call us.
Absolutely. Like, have your people scrub the web, find that we've been talking about you a lot. And it's not because you showed up in this episode, it's because we're extremely big fans of your country and everything you're doing there.
Yes.
And we'd love to be a part of it. And we have some skills. It's not that I'm saying that the website is bad. I'm just saying that it could be tweaked slightly to show off what great stuff you're doing. That's what I'm saying.
It could be better, and we can make it better.
Absolutely. 100%.
None of this would be happening if that bitch hadn't sucked my dad into a crappy life.
They go for Emily, too?
All she does is cry.
But that gets on your nerves, huh?
Damn straight.
That why you let her have it?
Have what?
Come on, Justin, we know you hurt her.
I didn't touch her.
Well, then who did?
I don't know, maybe she did.
Who is she?
The bitch.
With your hairbrush?
All I know is everything was fine until she showed up. Now it all sucks. Why can't they both just go away and leave us alone?